Miss Crumplebottom was right all along, a persuasive argument by Emma Hoffner. In a world where Sims flirt with the Grim Reaper, marry for money, and woohoo in public hot tubs, one woman said absolutely not. Her name, Miss Crumplebottom. Most people know her as a grumpy old lady with a purse, the PDA police, or the romance hater. But I'm here to tell you that she wasn't the villain. She was, in fact, the hero. Today, I'm making the case that Miss Crumplebottom was completely justified in everything she did, and that the Sims community and EA misunderstood her legacy completely. Let's take a moment to consider the average Sim neighborhood. Affairs, normal. Random woohoos in public, encouraged. Pregnancies with no consequences, absolutely. The moral fabric of the Sims universe is hanging on by a thread, and even that thread is glitching through the walls. Sims will cheat on their spouses at community pools, flirt with their mom's exes at weddings, and even seduce the Grim Reaper to try to cheat death. In this lawless simulation, someone had to draw the line. And that someone was Miss Agnes Crumplebottom. She wasn't out here causing chaos. She was trying her hardest to prevent it. Your Sims were never victims. They were caught red-handed. And she responded the only way she knows how to, and that's with a well-aimed purse swing. To fully understand Miss Crumplebottom, you have to go back, way back, before the purse, before the anger, and way before the judgment. In The Sims 3, set decades before The Sims 2, we met a younger Agnes Crumplebottom. She's newly married to a man named Eric Darling. They've just returned from their honeymoon, or so it seemed. But something was wrong. Eric is dead, and he died during their honeymoon. In the first few days of their marriage, Agnes was a widow. And not only that, his ghost still haunts their home. In her save file, if you go into her family inventory, you will find a nursery. Yes, her and Eric were planning for a baby. The crib, the toys, it's all there, untouched. A shrine for what could have been. And here's the wild part. If you have Supernatural expansion pack, there is a chance that she actually does give birth to the child. And it's like her grief is literally carrying his memory into the next generation. So when people reduce her to just a mean old lady, they're erasing her entire archive. She didn't start out bitter, she started out in love. She lost everything, her husband, her future, and the family she was trying to build. In her grief, she changed. She cut her hair, she wore all black, she put away her makeup and her joy. She even sold her mattress bed and replaced it with a single. Her entire life became a rejection of romance. But what did she do with that pain? She didn't hide from the world. She walked boldly into town and started policing public affection with agents. Her grief became her mission. Every purse swing, every scolding, it wasn't just anger, it was heartbreak. She was watching other Sims carelessly enjoy the things she'd been robbed of, and in her mind, they didn't deserve it. She became a symbol of mourning and discipline, of consequence, a walking reminder that love isn't a game, it's fragile and it can be taken away at any instant. The real dilemma of this all is the imposter of Agnes Crumplebottom in the Sims 4 franchise. At first, we were excited. Miss Crumplebottom's back. But then we saw her, and she was smiling, baking pies, and giving out gardening tips. Ma'am, where's the rage? Where is the fire? The version of her is just nice, this quirky old lady. There's no edge, no justice, and she doesn't even hit people anymore. What are we doing? They turned her back into a background NPC, just like in The Sims 1, when she used to be the main character and gave main character energy. That's not character development. This is character abuse or an erase. EA scrubbed her legacy clean and called it a fan service. It's giving Disney reboot energy and not in a good way. Miss Crumplebottom isn't just a sim. She's a symbol. A symbol of grief, of old school values, of chaotic good energy in a morally corrupt world. She reminds us that just because you can do something in the game doesn't mean you should. She exists to keep us in check, to remind us of her consequences. She's the walking, purse swinging version of karma. And I think the Sims community secretly needs her. We need someone to call us out when we delete the pool ladder, when we woohoo in the closets, when we trap a sim in a room with no door and call it creative building. So the next time you're on a community lot and your sim reaches in for that passionate public kiss, pause and look over your shoulder. Think of that woman in the long gray skirt with them judgmental eyes and the perfectly timed purse swing, and just say thank you. Thank you, Miss Crumplebottom, for being the last shred of order in a world gone mad. Because at the end of the day, she wasn't the villain, she was the law, and she was right all along.